Namaste बिटिया हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया myself Dr. Rati. Today we are going to start with the male genital system. First we will look forward for the anatomy and physiology of the male genital system. As you all know, the male genital system consists of testes and epididymis. The normal structure of the male genital system contains the content of the scrotal sac include the testicles and epididymis along with lower end of the spermatic cord and the tunica vaginalis that forms the outer serous investing layer. The epididymis is attached to body of the testes posteriorly. On microscopic examination, the seminiferous tubules are formed of a laminar connective tissue membrane and contain several layers of the cell. In the adult, the cells lining the seminiferous tubules are of two types. The developmental disorder, which includes the male genital organs, are first is the cryptorchidism. The cryptorchidism or undescended testes is a condition in which the testicles is arrested at some point along its descent. Its incidence is about 0 to 2% in adult male population. In 70% of cases, the undescended testes lie in the inguinal ring, in 25% in the abdominal end, and in remaining 5% it is be present at other sites along its descent from intra-abdominal location to the scrotal sac. The etiology is not known exactly in majority of cases, but following factors are implicated. First is a mechanical factor, that is short spermatic cord, narrow inguinal canal, adhesion to the peritoneum. Genetic factor include the trisomy 13, maldevelopment of the scrotum or cremaster muscles. Third is a hormonal factor, that is deficient androgenic secretions. Grossly appears the crypt orchid testis is small in size, firm and fibrotic. On microscopic examination, the changes begins to appear by 2 years of age. The seminiferous tubules, that is progressive loss of germ cell elements so that the tubule may be lined by only spermatogonia and spermatids, but foci of spermatogenesis are discernible in 10% of cases. The tubular basement membrane is thickened. Advanced cases show hyalinized tubules with a few Sartoli cell only surrounded by prominent basement membrane. Second is the interstitial stroma. There is usually increase in interstitial fibrovascular stroma and conspicuous presence of leading cells seen singly or in small cluster. The clinical features include, as such, cryptorchidism is completely asymptomatic and is discovered only on physical examination following significant adverse clinical outcome may result. First is the sterility and infertility. Inguinal hernia should be there, and malignancy crypt orchid testes in at 30 to 50 times increased risk of developing testicular malignancy. In male infertility, the morphologic pattern of testicular atrophy described above for cryptorchidism can result from various other congenital or acquired cases of male infertility. These causes can be divided into three groups: pre-testicular, testicular, and post-testicular. The pre-testicular causes are hypopituitarism, estrogen excess, glucocorticoid excess, and other endocrine disorders like hypothyroidism and diabetes mellitus. The testicular causes include agonadism, cryptorchidism, maturation arrest, hyperspermatogenesis, Sertoli cell only syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, mumps, orchitis, and eradication damage. Post-testicular causes include congenital block, acquired block, and impaired sperm motility. If we will talk about the penis, the normal structure of penis consists of three masses of erectile tissue, two corpora cavernosa, one on each side dorsally, and the corpus spongiosum ventrally, through which the urethra passes. The expanded free end of the corpus spongiosum form the glans. The lumen of the urethra is sectioned surface of the penis appears as an irregular cleft in the middle of the corpus spongiosum. In the prosthetic part, it is lined by transitional epithelium, but elsewhere it is lined by columnar epithelium, except near its orifice where the stratified squamous epithelium lines it. If prostate in prostate, the normal structure is weight approximately 20 gram. It surrounds the commencement of the male urethra. At birth, the five lobe fuses to form three distinct lobes, two major lateral lobe and a small median lobe. On microscopic examination, the prostate is composed of tubular alveoli embedded in fibromuscular tissue mass. The glandular epithelium form infolding and consists of two layers, a basal layer of low cuboidal cell and an inner layer of mucus secreting tall columnar cells. The alveoli are separated by thick fibromuscular septa containing abundant smooth muscle fiber. Based on hormonal responsiveness, the prostate is divided into two separate parts. The inner periurethra female part, which is sensitive to estrogen and androgen, and outer subcapsular true male part, which is sensitive to androgen. This is my reference. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth. I hope you all enjoy this session. If you have any query, please mention it in the comment box. Thank you.